Hi, I'm John McAuliffe, Chief Marketing Officer of VFM Leonardo, and welcome to VTV. VTV has been produced for hotel e-commerce, marketing, and sales professionals to provide insights, knowledge, and learning from industry experts on how to extract more value from a hotel's presence on the internet. Each week, I will interview an industry expert on a single topic. We have discovered many of these topics from industry people like yourself and encourage you to let us know if there's a topic you would like to see in future episodes of VTV. You can email us at vtv@vfmleonardo.com and make your suggestion anytime. Welcome to today's episode. Our topic today is generational marketing, a look at matures and baby boomers. And I'm joined by Bonnie Knutson. Bonnie is a professor at Michigan State University's School of Hospitality Business. Bonnie works with hospitality and travel organizations that want to better understand and take advantage of changing consumer demands. Her work has been featured in industry publications as well as the Wall Street Journal, USA Today, CNN, and NPR. Bonnie, thank you for joining us and welcome to VTV.
Thanks, John. Pleasure as always to be here with you.
Our topic today is generational marketing, a look at specifically the mature segment and the baby boomer segment. And I know that you have written extensively on generational marketing. I just recently read an eMarketer report on the baby boomers and silver surfers, if you will, that was published in 2007. And it mentioned that boomers' use of the internet would grow from 58 million in 2006 to just under 64 million in 2011. And the mature segment of internet users would grow by 8 million to just over 25 million in 2011. How can a hotel marketer reach and connect with these two massive, affluent, and still vital demographic segments of the U.S. online population?
Aren't those staggering numbers?
They are.
Yeah, talk about potential target markets who have increasing time availability, discretionary income, don't have to worry about getting their kids to soccer practice anymore, and they're looking for ways to increasingly experience life to its absolute fullest because their health and revenues allow them to do that. So for hotels, wow. The question is, how do you get to them? And that's hopefully what we're going to try and address a little bit. Before we look at boomers and matures in particular, or any generation, I want to lay the foundation in a couple of areas first. Number one, this is the first time in history that there are 4 different consumer markets out there. Matures, boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, sometimes called the millennials. Up until now, we have talked about 3 generational families or even 2 generational families. But as we all know, people are living longer, so there's more generations out there. So that makes it a little more challenging. The second thing that we have to realize is that the matures and boomers of today and tomorrow are not the matures and boomers of yesteryear. When we think of grandma and grandpa, our memories may be of grandma baking cookies in a house dress or grandpa out mowing the lawn or something to that effect. Well, anymore today, grandma's wearing a leotard and she's enrolled in aerobics class and grandpa's out cycling on his motorcycle. It's a whole different ballgame. They don't see themselves as silver surfers or as matures, as older folks. They still see themselves as vital and younger. And so one of the ways hotels have to approach them is by first and foremost ditching, for all time's sake, the Q-tip attitude. Now, what's a Q-tip attitude? Love the phrase. It came from good friends of ours who winter every year down in South Padre Island. And apparently some of the locals down there refer to the snowbirds, those people that winter down there every year, as Q-tips because they have white hair and wear white tennis shoes. And so in marketing your property to this market, the first thing you want to remember is they do not like to think of themselves as getting older. We fight that every step of the way. We still see ourselves vital, younger, active. And so in your web content, in your website, in all of your touch points, we're looking for that non-Q-tip attitude. And these folks are smart. They can smell it a mile away if you're condescending to them. So you have to really be careful. In the retail market, perhaps one of the best companies to look at for an example is the Dove Campaign for Beauty. Inner beauty, all ages, all races, all segments, great stuff. And they can be an example of how the hotel industry can really approach this. Another thing to think about when you're thinking about the matures and the boomer segments is the fact that family is very important to them. And so you look at the opportunity not only to market to them, but to market to their entire generational family, increasing revenue, increasing hotel stays, whatever it happens to be. Family reunions, group activities, soft adventure. You know, you can river raft at any age, but you can perhaps river raft just a little bit less adventuresome at that age, but they still want to experience things because they're cool. They don't think of themselves as old. As we speak, my daughter, son-in-law, and 4 grandchildren and their grandparents are in the Galapagos Islands on a river rafting. 3 generations, all experiencing, and it was all booked, found, discovered, planned online. And so it was the ability for them to be able to think of themselves as vital, as young, as cool, online, that brought them to that neat experience. So multi-generation is a real good thing. Look at Disney. They do it better than anybody else. They have the same product, but they can market it to grandparents, 3 generations, or kids. Great example. The getting rid of the Q-tip attitude and making them, the third thing is making them feel special.
It's interesting, Bonnie, because as we've chatted with you before on previous episodes, the experience theme certainly is a common thread amongst them. And it sounds very much the same this way, that really what boomers and matures are looking for are experiences that help them live their life to the fullest. And a hotel looking at how they convey themselves or how they merchandise themselves to these groups really has to look at themselves in the spotlight of what experience am I delivering versus looking at themselves and just showing their product, if you will, as we've talked about in previous ones. Rather than showing an empty room, show how the experience that you would get by being in that room, whether it's a banquet room or the lobby, is going to make your travel stay the experience that you're looking for. So it sounds...
Yeah, and John, let me add one more thing. Internet web presence is an excellent tool for testimonials. If you can incorporate someone of their group, of their age cohort, into your website as a testimonial, we did it and it was fun, and our grandchildren loved it, or we came here with our alumni group, or whatever it happens to be, that carries even more weight. It doesn't have to be necessarily a person that you know, but somebody that I can relate to, that they would enjoy that experience and I would enjoy that experience. So this gives you another actual tool to use, particularly for this market too.
Bonnie, that's an excellent insight. It reminds me of a video that I saw for one particular hotel that was targeted towards meeting planners. And it started off with a tour that the director of sales and marketing made that said they had just finished a $138 million renovation. And his opening to the video was, let me show you what $138 million looks like. In the context of what you're talking about, it's very much like if a hotelier had a video that said, that featured one of the hotel guests that said, let me show you what my experience was like at this hotel, would resonate and be relevant to the audiences. Again, as we have always experienced on VTV with you, some great insights into how hoteliers can better merchandise themselves to different audiences. So we thank you once again for joining us today, Bonnie.
And as always, John, it's a pleasure to do so.
To all the viewers out there, be sure to visit vtv.vfmleonardo.com and post your comments. Tune in next week for more from another industry expert.